Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and today I got one thing to show you, and that's this figure in front of me right here. This is the Kraang from the upcoming movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. So these figures in this line for the movie, they just started coming out in Walmart stores. So if you're interested in this figure or any of the other ones in the line that I'm going to tell you about, just go ahead, head to your local Walmart. They should have a display set up near the toy section where you can find all of these, and they are $8.98, so not really a bad price as far as an action figure goes. So I usually don't buy figures like this made by like Playmates or just figures of this type, but I am a huge fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I love the fact that they are bringing Kraang in the new movie, and they sort of stayed true to how Kraang looked in the original cartoon. They modernized him a little bit, but they didn't go like crazy over the top so that he's not recognizable anymore. And when I saw that they had this figure, I just had to jump on it. So some of the other ones in this line that you can get, of course, is on the back of the card. You can get all of the Turtles in addition to a couple of variants. You can get Michelangelo in a pirate costume. You can get Leonardo in a stealth disguise and Raphael in a wingsuit. You can also get Casey Jones, Splinter, the Shredder, a Foot Soldier, Bebop, and Rocksteady. And whew, Shredder looks bad, let me tell you. And I don't mean that like in a bad is good way. He looks bad. I don't know what they were thinking with this Shredder. Anyway, this Kraang is pretty awesome. So you do get the android body. You do get Kraang. You get to put him inside of the body to complete that really iconic look. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to open up this card, take the figure out, and we're going to take a closer look at him. All right, so before we get to the figure, I'm going to show you this little pamphlet that it came with. And on this pamphlet, it shows you basically all the figures that's going to be a part of this particular series for the upcoming movie. So we have the basic figures, we have cycles with figures, so they have vehicles. We have deluxe talking figures and giant 11-inch figures. Then on the other side, see that we have the Turtle Tactical Vehicle, the Technodrome playset. Nice. I might have to for the Technodrome. And then the City Sewer Lair playset. It's over 40 inches tall. So I'm going to bring this over towards the camera. I don't know how much of that you can see. So I'm just going to go up and down like that. And then on the back, see all that other stuff. So not too shabby. They definitely have lots of plans for this movie, and of course they have to. All right, so let's take a look at Kraang and his robot body here. Now, for $8.98, let's just be honest, we're not going to get a whole lot of detail with this guy. So as you can see, the paint on him is very basic. We have just this sort of gunmetal gray on his shoulder pads and like near his thighs. And then we also have this just regular silver on the front and the back. Not a very shiny silver, it's a very matte silver, but there's no detail in it. You see like all these molded details right here, but there's no actual painted detail. So if you wanted to, and you're handy with a brush and some paint, you could try to add in a little bit of detail just to make things a little bit more interesting. But and that's something that I totally would recommend if you are into customization, because for $8.98, it's not that expensive. So even if it's your first time and you mess up, it's not like you're going to be throwing away a huge investment with that. So you see that his arms here, they are of sort of like a pale white color, kind of like an off-white color. And he's a little bit hefty, surprisingly. I didn't think that he would be. He's not heavy, but he definitely does not feel like a hollowed out piece of plastic, that's for sure. So let's take a look at some of this articulation that he has, and it's not going to be a lot. As far as leg joints go, you see that that's pretty much all the articulation that you're going to get in his leg as far as his knees go. But his thighs do move back quite a bit. So even though you don't get a lot of motion when it comes to the knees, when it comes to the thigh, you can bring it back somewhat far. You can also swivel his leg like that. So there's some leg articulation. There's no actual foot articulation. So you cannot move his feet. They don't pivot. You can only rotate it at the bottom like that. And then as for his arms, of course, this is a little stiff, but his arms can move up and down. It's a little bit stiff. As for his elbows, it's a very small elbow bend. So you're not going to get a lot of range of motion inside of the elbow there. But just like the leg, you can rotate the wrist like that. And as for his head, you can move the head left and right, not all that much, and you can't move it up and you cannot move it down. So you're getting some, well, you're getting some robot articulation, a giant robot articulation. And again, you cannot expect that much from a figure that costs, you know, less than $10. All right, so now we've got Kraang here. So you can see Kraang, and he is hollow at the bottom there, but he's made of this very squishy, somewhat of a, well, rubbery material really, and he's got all these little dangly tentacles and, you know, stuff like that. So in the cartoon, I remember Kraang being like more round, and, you know, just basically having like a couple of tentacles right here, and he was more round. But this Kraang, you know, definitely looks like you got the regular brain, and it's almost like a brain stem. But he is pink, just like Kraang should be, and we got to put him inside of the robot body. That's just what you have to do here. All right, so we're just going to squeeze him in as best I can here. Get in there, Kraang. There's probably a better look for him, and that's why he's so squishy. This is it's not like I even did this correctly. Let me try to squeeze him in. I'm going to push him back as far as I can. Please bear with me. But yeah, basically like that. Now he does have more room in the back that I could just push him back a little bit more, so that we can kind of like complete the look. But if you wanted to, you could be a little bit more selective with where his tentacles go and all that, so that you can have a more uniform look. But yeah, that's pretty much how Kraang is going to be. So, you know, what do I think about this guy? I mean, you know, it's all right. You know, it's not something that I would go out of my, you know, way to get. I mean, it's a very inexpensive, very basic figure. Then again, it's supposed to be, but I like Kraang and I like the robot body. So, you know, I'm happy with this just because of what it is. Now, even though this is going to be a quite large character, maybe, you know, I'm sure like the largest villain in the movie, these figures, they don't scale with each other all that well. So the Turtles are going to be around the same size as Kraang here, which is going to be around the same size as Shredder, same size as Foot Soldier, same size as Casey Jones. They're all going to kind of be uniform, more or less. So he's not towering over any of the Turtles. So if you have a problem with scale, you're going to have a problem with this. But if that doesn't bother you and you just kind of want some figures, you know, you can just go ahead and do that. So there you go. There is Kraang in his android body. A new release at this time from Playmates. You can get it at Walmart. $9. That's all it's going to cost you. So I might go back and get Bebop and Rocksteady, because I don't have any Bebop and Rocksteady figures, and I just might have to do that. I probably will. I think I'll do it tomorrow. This is my birthday tomorrow. All right. Happy birthday to me. That's what I'm going to do. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, especially the Bebop and Rocksteady, because I'm telling you, I'm actually going to get those. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. I can show you those too. So that's it. Until next time, I'm Jeremy. I'll talk to you later.